What's up, everybody? Happy HyperForce Wednesday to you. Grab your coffee or tea or liquor. I mean, whatever. I'm not your mom. I don't care. Let's get into talking about HyperForce that we had on, this was the December 19th episode. It was the Christmas episode, and like every good Christmas Power Ranger episode, it was pretty much a filler episode. But, like, very good Power Ranger seasons and episodes, filler episodes can be fantastic. You don't need a new Zord or a new power-up, or although there was a Battleizer, guys, stay tuned, because we had a bonus Ranger with a Battleizer. There was like Megazord action. It was really cool, so stay tuned to hear more about the new Ranger we had. But yeah, like good Power Ranger filler episodes, it was really, really good with what it did, and that was tell us so much more about the characters. And, you know, we've had this plot progressing at a good pace. I'm not going to say it was too fast or too slow. I think it's going at a really good pace. But the Rangers themselves had a lot of other stories, and this just helped provide a lot of backstory and a lot of how are they feeling right now? What are the Rangers going through? Real quick piece of housekeeping, January 2nd is going to be the new, or the next episode. So January 2nd, 2018, try to get ready to be saying that for over the rest of the year. Jack was not there, so Paul was not there. He had oral surgery, and he could not make it. So he will be back for the January 2nd episode. And whenever they're ready to start, you can see the people coming in and sitting down, and you're like, wait, where's Jack? Where's Jack? So, Jack was not in this episode. In canon, I guess you could say, he was on the ship. The Rangers get magically teleported off of the ship, and they land in the North Pole because Santa needs some help. Now, here's the quick and dirty of the plot. 4 of the Rangers, so when I'm going to say all the Rangers for this episode, I'm going to mean clearly not Jack. So, the rest of the Rangers, we're all having a conversation. They get teleported to the North Pole because they're having some issues with a guy named Krampus. Now, Krampus, you might know, I am not a huge mythology person or whatever, but Krampus is kind of like, I guess, the anti-Santa, or at least in this world. At least in this world, he's kind of the anti-Santa. He's the polar opposite. His breath smells of spoiled milk and rotten cookies. Mine smells like coffee and disappointment. I don't know why the disappointment, it just, whatever. Okay, so they had to go help Santa because Krampus was attacking, he was like throwing coal, which was a neat little thing because they, Malika, used, I second guess myself all the time, was rolling the dice to make this kind of like coal falling sound. They had to help Santa, they found Krampus, they attacked, they won, Ranger saved the day, and Jack shows up to pick them up in the HyperForce ship. Like, what happened? More than anything, we got some really good characterization. So let's just start with the first character that we really got to explore a little bit more of, and that was Eddie. Eddie! God, we don't get nearly enough Eddie story. Enough Eddie love, I guess. And maybe that's, you know, Andrea just plays a little more quiet or shy, you know. But we start with Eddie and Marv talking, and well, Chloe was in there also. Eddie just doesn't know how to process all of this, you know. He thinks he knows a person, and by person I mean Vesper, and he's struggling with the fact that this person he cared for ends up being a robot or android. I don't know if she's actually fully committed to what she identifies as? So he's really trying to come to terms with all of this. I mean, he finds out the person he likes is a robot. They have to go inside her brain. She's, you know, tries to kill him. So not only is he dealing with the emotional scars and issues with everything that happened. He's dealing with physical pain too because she kicked the snot out of him. I mean, he was at 4 health points. Like, we nearly lost Eddie. There were hashtags save Eddie. And it was kind of all Vesper's fault. So he's learning how to do that. So, you know, they said, you know, maybe everybody needs a secret. You know, Chloe was saying that everybody kind of has their own little secrets, their own little things they like to keep in. And so, you know, Vesper's like, well, at this point, man, do I really... And this is why I try not to do plot by plot. Chloe ends up yelling out, oh, I'm an alien. And Marv's like, me too. I'm an alien too. This is great. I had no idea. And okay, so Chloe was kind of joking. She was like, or maybe she said she was a human. She's like, I'm a unicorn in my heart. Which Marv goes, whoa. You know, so in this scene we have Vesper, who does tell us, so I guess maybe we can, how do you segue into this? There is so much just conversation between all of them. If you rewatch this, it'll be posted Tuesday, I assume, Tuesday like normal. Oh yeah, because on Tuesday they're going to be showing just a marathon of HyperForce. So keep that in mind if you are behind or have nothing else to do on the day after Christmas. Just watch a whole bunch of HyperForce and get hyped for the next episode. Now, Chloe said she was identifying as a unicorn in her heart. We have, I was wanting to say black nerd, no. Eddie is kind of processing things. We have this... Maybe we'll just start over by this. Boom! 1. Marv's an alien. You already know that. We learned in this episode that he is from the planet Cayenne. Like the pepper, but spelled differently. Apparently. And then he is let's see, there are words and phrases in it. Like, that's a lot to process. Which Vesper might find offensive because she's a robot. We found out from Vesper that she didn't even know she was a robot or an android. Which helps out because last episode, you know, she mentioned she wasn't sure if these memories and everything were real or not, but we find out because she didn't know she was an android, so she got really excited. And Chloe and Vesper had this awesome time together, basically saying, let's figure out how you were made. Like, let's go talk to machines. And Vesper's like, yeah, cut open my stomach, see how I work. Thank you. Our wonderful GM stopped in and said, you know, Vesper, you have felt pain before, and that kind of wrapped things back up a little bit. And they're like, let's not do that. We did learn a secret about Chloe, and that is her parents disappeared. Like, they're like, what do you mean they disappeared? She's like, they just disappeared. Cool. Okay. You know, Eddie feels pretty betrayed because he thought he knew Marv really well, and finding out he was an alien just kind of, I mean, Eddie's dealing with a lot right now. As it is, Marv apologizes to Eddie, but in turn just realizes that, hey, I don't know a lot about you, Eddie. What's going on with it? And Eddie is just deflecting every question. We don't know why yet. We really don't know why. Santa really tried to bring people out of their shell a little bit and got them to think about what's going to happen next. This episode did, I think, exactly what it needed to do before taking a break. And whether or not this is what they meant to do because of the fires and how everything had to be postponed, I think it worked together really well. If you like the characters and you want to know more about them, it was just great to hear more about their inner thoughts and how Santa, you know, knows everything, and Santa's saying things to Marv. You know, you don't have to be the Red Ranger. You don't have to be the best leader. You have to be the best Marv. Be you. Also, we learned from Santa that he rolls terrible. Like, he crit missed. He rolled a 3, a total of 3 with 3 die. That's right, my friends. He rolled 3 ones. He did it twice. Never, ever, 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 ever have Santa roll your dice. And Eddie was not immune because Eddie was sitting by him because Santa was sitting where Jack normally sits, and Santa knows everything. Santa talking to Chloe, we learn a little bit about her, that Chloe doesn't want people to know the real her. Now she wants them to know she's happy and fun and tra-la-la, but and making everybody think she's happy and likes unicorns, but Santa tells her that she needs to tell everybody what her real self is. And I think her real self's going to have a lot to do with, once you find out a little bit more maybe about her parents. You know, Vesper said, hey, you know, once all of this is over, I would love to help you find your parents. Like, I'm going to have to try to figure out who I am. Marv wants to know everything about his brother. Marv's talking to Santa, because they all kind of had some moments about Santa. You know, Marv was trying to say, Jack sold me out, Jack sold me out. There were only 2 people there. It had to have been Jack. And we finally hear just a little bit more about it, because Santa, you know, basically is, look in the mirror, you know, look yourself in the eye, tell me that it's Jack's fault. And Marv basically admitted, I was the one who did it. You know, I shouldn't have done it in the first place. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is, but we'll find out soon. And by soon, I mean, I hope over the course of the show. Something about that. Guys, Krampus is creepy as shit. It is. Krampus is super creepy. Santa was sassy. Ooh. Santa was, I did not know Santa had that much sass. The fight itself was pretty cool. There were just so many. It's very meta, like Santa fighting Krampus. Santa had a battleizer. Santa was the 6th Ranger. This episode, though, technically only the 5th, because Jack wasn't there. Santa had a battleizer, and he morphed. Santa has the battleizer that has a jetpack, and he morphed into his sled. It was the Christmas-themed equivalent of a Zord. Now, when they fought Krampus and he got big, the rest of them did get their normal just Zords up. They did not form the Megazord. It was cool again to see them, you know, to imagine them fighting it with their individual Zords, because you gotta see more about the Falcon. They tried to get the list. Krampus stole Santa's list. One day I'm gonna not epically screw up all of these. He stole the list. They had to get away, and so Chloe's using her flying Zord to get away. The Serpent Zord, you know, holding him in place. They really worked together as a team. It was pretty awesome. As always, I've gone everywhere and nowhere in one of these HyperForce videos, but we've already hit the 13-minute mark, and I'm not going to keep you here all day, because if you want to know more, clearly you can watch the show. It will be up on Tuesday or earlier if you are a thumper and subscribe to HyperRPG on Twitch. Twitch.tv/HyperRPG is where you're going to find everything. I hope you guys have, if this is the only video of mine you watch, I hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will catch you on the Ranger Weekend Review, if not before, all my social medias. You know the drill. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I will see you next time, guys. That's all I got for today. Bye!